You also teamed with Tony Home. What are your memories of teaming with him?
Nothing good.
Why is that? Just he wasn't his mindset wasn't in the business, or
No, he was a hard guy to trust.
politically backstabbed you, pretty much.
Well,
Do you want to go into any of it? Or?
well, I mean, that's something me and Tony I like to sit down and talk to him about. But he, you got to man up to do that, and he won't.
All right. You also worked a little bit with Hercules Hernandez. You teamed up with him. What are your memories of teaming up with him?
No, as bad as Tony Holmes was, the shit partner, Hercules Hernandez was the greatest partner.
Right.
I mean, it was a situation where they brought him in. First off, not taking anything away from her, Bill Kazmaier was supposed to be my tag partner. They brought Bill in and they won. We had the same appearance. Had long hair, the beard, big, strong. And Bill was enormous, and he just powerhouse, big name back in there. And they offered Bill the position to be my tag partner, but he'd have to kind of like be the second in line. And he wouldn't take it. And he pulled me aside and he said, "This is what the situation is, Scott." And and you got to understand that this dude, he don't play second to nobody.
Right.
I understood him completely. I was like, man, that's Bill Kazmaier, for crying out loud, the strongest dude in the world, and and I understood him. Then Herc came along, and that's when the light went off in the ring. Boom. Because it was a struggle a little bit, trying to get along and learning and timing and going. But Herc came in and just straightened everything out for me. And we worked so hard. And, we never competed against each other in the ring. Because, I mean, if you were in there with Vader as a tag partner and you do a big high spot, he goes nuts.
Right.
He's got to get in there and top you. Herc knew how to work with you. He knew how to enhance the guy. He knew how to bring the team across from you, bring them up. Vader wouldn't do that. He'd just run them over because he thought that got him over, which it didn't.
Right.
But Herc, I mean, just a great partner, a great friend. It's terrible that he's not with us anymore. It just, that song has been sung so many times with my friends. I got a lot of good buddies that, no longer with us, but yeah, Herc was great.
Speaking of that, you worked a little bit with Hawk and Tenzin Hellraisers a lot over there. What are your memories of some of those matches?
I remember one time it was me and Herc against Hawk and Kinski. And,
I said Tenzin. Sorry.
That's okay. But anyways, Hawk went up on the top rope as he gave me and Herc the double clothesline, and he fell down. I went to school with Hawk. We're buddies forever, and I'm kind of laughing. And he goes, "This is the lowest blow of my professional wrestling career." I says, "Hawk, forget it."
Right.
We got him up, and we're beating the hell out of him. I said, "Shoot him off." I said, "Break the clothesline, double clothesline us." So me and Herc, we were about 650-pound a man there, and we were just both jacked. We come with the double clothesline. Hawk runs through it like we just patted him on the back. Hits the rope, comes off, and he just knocked the hell out of both of us. And I go, don't fall off the top rope ever again, because we're the one that paid for it.
Right.
And I also remember another time I was working with Hawk and I was at the Tokyo Dome. And I shot him off and the clothesline. And we both hit a double clothesline. And I saw him when he come by. He was moving.
Right.
And I hit the rope and, I was cooking and we came out and just bam. And the last thing I remember is my feet just going, and we both just floated up there. We just came down, boom. And I'm laying there going, good God. I said, I'm trying to get myself straightened out, and all of a sudden I hear a Hawk. He goes, "Hey, Norty." He says, "Think how much I'd hurt if we didn't love each other so much." I'm going, God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Mike was always great.
As far as traveling over there, you all traveled as a group pretty much. What was the travel schedule like over there?
It was good. We had a touring bus. The bus was tough sometimes, because always with the Japanese guys, we'd be in a traffic jam for an hour and a half, and they're sitting there just like It's a nice summer day in the park, and the birds are singing early, and I'm just going,
Oh yeah.
God, will this damn bus move?
Huh.
And it just, I was never patient. I always noticed how patient that people were.
Huh.
And I'm just like, it just drove me nuts. But after a while, everything got so easy. Everything slowed down, and the travel was great. Travel with the guys was fun. The bus, wasn't so bad. Unless you're injured. I mean, if you're, you got a bad wheel or your shoulder's blown or whatever, then it got
Right.
everybody. We all go through that. But bull trains, planes, I was on the ferry boat maybe twice, which now they're taking it all the time. So that'll tell you something.
Right.
But no, it was all right.
Any favorite matches over there that stick out in your mind for New Japan?
Oh gosh, zillion of them. I had a great match with Nagata one night. It was actually a match where I set the whole match up, and it came off. I was really excited about the match. I'm going, God, this could be great.
Right.
And it ended up being like that. I've done it a zillion times where, boy, I'm fired up about this match. I'm sitting in the locker room going, what the hell was that?
Right.
But this one really, it was really on time. And then when I wrestled Nagata for the belt, and afterwards, Nagata was real worried about going in. He just thought that, I was going to kill him, eat him alive. And he was very worried, because he was up and coming. It was his time, and after the match is over, he comes in and he said, and I went over and he goes, I am so happy, and he's jumping up and down. I go, God, I won the belt,
Right.
But that's how you want to do it, and that's what, and I had that with those guys, and that's why I stayed there as long as I did, because I didn't eat these guys up. I mean, when it's time to go, I went.
Right.
But when it's time for them, they got theirs too, so it was great.
Did you ever have any offers, I guess, from All Japan at all when you were there?
No.
No. Okay.
No, they could touch you.
Right.
They had Baba and Inoki had a deal.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you wind up in WCW?
Well, Choshu came up to me the first time I brought my wife on tour with me. Choshu comes up to me, he says, "This is your last tour for a while. We're going straight guy or Japanese." And I go, "Really?" He says, "Yeah, we're going to try it for a year. You go work in the States, do what you want, come back 1 year." I go, "Okay." Kind of out of the blue, But they always wanted to do that. It's just Japanese, and that's it. So anyways, I give Eric a call, and I WCW a call, and I called WWE. Vince brought me right away. Went in for an interview, did a dark match. They said, first thing JJ told me, he said, "Yeah, we expect you to blow up," and you did. I said, "How the hell did you know I blew up?" You weren't even, it wasn't even there. But they offered me a deal. They want me he says, "We can make you a rich man." And I said, "Well, put it in writing, because I got guaranteed money."
Right.
Which, I honestly, actually didn't have a contract with Japan, but I had contracts with Japan. And it worked out where they weren't doing guarantees. And come home, Eric called the next day, and I was still, I was pretty much sure I was going to go to WWE.
Right.
Eric called, and he's already went down to WWE. So I said, or WWF at the time. I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, come on down. Just get over here, work the deal out, and boom."
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.